up for 40 odd something hours. The sweat on my back's got my shirt soaked and sour. And oh, it's already gone. Second night's coming and I'm spinning back around. We're all caught up, can't hear or feel the sound. And oh, it's already gone. And here comes the feeling when you don't got nothing and all you want to do is get up and start running. You can't hide long cause you know it's gonna start up again. Here's one thing that I know for certain, this life's too short to be worrying about you hurting for long. Oh, it's already gone. Got time but money's not something that's free. Seems the road that dies never rolls back to me. And oh, it's already gone. A bird in my hand, two cans in the other, start spinning around. Now here comes another, and oh, it's already gone. And here comes the feeling when you don't got nothing and all you want to do is get up and start running. You can't hide long cause you know it's gonna start up again. Here's one thing that I know for certain, this life's too short to be worrying about you hurting for long. Oh, it's already gone. And all you want to do is get up and start running. You can't hide long cause you know it's gonna start up again. Here's one thing that I know for certain, this life's too short to be worried about you hurting for long. Whoa, it's already gone. Already gone. It's already gone. Go.
What's up, Jags fans? We are back in here on a Jaguars United live show. And let's not talk about how I timed up the countdown in the song perfectly. Wasn't even on purpose, but we'll take it. We are back now because the Jags are back. So glad you guys are here. If this is your first time watching a show, it could be because I haven't done maybe 2 shows all summer, but that's okay. We're back now on our regularly scheduled shows, hopefully. Now the Jags season has started. I know you guys have been waiting for the Jags just like I have been. And with them having training camp, we are excited. And we're going to get into all things training camp today. We're going to obviously talk about Travis Hunter. We're going to get into the vibes of the training camp and how it's been. We're going to talk about Trevor Lawrence, how he's looked. We're going to look at some of the injuries that have come up as they do every year. And then we're going to look at some people that have been impressive through training camp. But before we get to all of that and before we get to everything, this is a fan show. So again, if it's your first time here, it's a fan show. I'm a fan. You guys are fans. This show is driven by your comments. So get into the comments. If you're a lurker, someone who watches videos and just watches for entertainment, get in the comments. Though we like this to be interactive. I try to hit as many comments as I can. I typically hit almost every comment. Get in there and give me your comments so we can see. You can talk about what you think about training camp. You can talk about what you expect from the Jags this season, or something random. It doesn't matter to me. Listen, the floor is yours to get into the comments. Speaking of comments, first one in the chat, and Robert was here before the show even started, so bonus points. He says corners are locking the wide receivers down in camp. Typically, the defense is ahead of the offense. I will say that. Defenses don't change too much from scheme to scheme. I know when we talked about Caldwell to Nielsen to now Campanelli, we're expecting these big changes. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but defenses don't change that much. Defenses, in my opinion, are typically Jimmys and Joes, not X's and O's, more than offense. So typically at every level of football, the defense is ahead of the offense, especially when you're considering Liam Cohen, Udisky, everyone bringing in a new offense. Like you're going to see, I don't want to say growing pains, but you're going to see an adjustment curve for the offense. So seeing the defense play well, I mean, I know Devin Lloyd, Josh Hines-Allen got a lot of pressure. Trevon Walker, Foye Oluokun got some pressures as well in training camp. That's going to happen early, especially with the new coach, things being changed. I get all that. So excited about that. But they have been looking good, especially Travis Hunter, who we're going to start the show with here in a second after we get through the comments. The first channel member in the chat, C Breacher, who says, Jason San. If you get a chance, ask C Breacher about how he was absolutely carried by me and Rainbow Six Siege X. Ask him about that. Ask him who carried who. Robert Asford says the speed on this team is real. It's all over the field. That dude, Evan, who is also a channel member, says we are so back. We are. My plan / goal / commitment is to be back on our regularly scheduled schedule. If you are newish around here, we do shows Tuesday nights, and then Friday nights we do shows. Typically they're with Travis Holmes of Big Cat Country. He usually comes on Friday nights, and we do a little banter. We chomp it up back and forth. Once the season starts, the Tuesday shows will be film breakdowns. And so we'll be breaking down the film of the games, the X's and O's, pulling out the dry erase marker and looking at who should have done what and who did what. So those are always exciting. Can't wait. It's always nice because preseason you get to like break down like a drive or two, and as the games go on, you can break down a little bit more. What was sad about last year was halfway through the season, there was just no reason to break down the film. It was very sad. We were just getting blown out, 4-win team, not very enthralling to break down the film on a 4-win team. But we are hoping that this year we get a little bit more film breakdown, X's and O's. It's a little dense. Like, again, there could be people who have been watching my show since like November that haven't seen a film breakdown. It's very dense. So it's very X's and O's dense. But I think it's entertaining. And if you like X's and O's and like coach talk, I was a coach for a long, long time. Still kind of am a coach, I guess. But make sure you're here around there. We're going to try to stay religiously on our schedule. So make sure you're subscribed. I don't pump subscribing to the channel very often. I don't do that very often because I know your time is valuable. My time is valuable. Time is the most valuable asset you have. Like, people want to talk about making a bunch of money. Right? People want to talk about like buying a boat and a jet ski and a house and a car. All great. Love it. But you know what money can't buy you is your time back. And again, I was going to say this for the end of the show, but because these shows are completely unscripted and have no really clairvoyance to where they go, to reinforce my fact, how about Josh Hines-Allen dropping the bomb on us that his kid had leukemia? Like, Josh Hines-Allen makes so much. You don't think Josh Hines-Allen would have traded all his money in the world for his kid? Like, it kind of puts in perspective life and money and all of that stuff. And sometimes I'm guilty. Like, we're a little hard on these athletes. Like, they're real people too, man. So, like, prayers go out to Josh Hines-Allen. He said the cancer's gone, which is great. We continue to pray for the family because no amount of money can make up for going through something like that. So shout out to him. dude's been battling. And like that, like, unless you've been through it, it's hard to even imagine like what life's like when you're going through that. So to bring it back full circle, obviously paramount number one, praying for Josh Allen. Even if you're not a praying person, do it. I don't care. We're praying for Josh Allen and his family. Second thing, your time is valuable. Subscribe to the channel. I feel kind of guilty like transitioning that, so I'm gonna stop right there. Preston Tim says, "Yo, what is up, United? Long time no see. Missed the last 2 streams. Life other than the Jaguars. What can you do?" Listen, we got lives. We got lives to lead. Listen, I'm right there with you. Right there with you. The summer seemed like it went by very fast to me. We're going through a heat wave right now in Jacksonville, Florida. Very hot. Very, very, very hot. That's all I'll say. Jacob O'Brien says, came down to St. Aug for a little beach vacation. Which god did you piss off in Florida? My face is melting. Go Jags. It's hot. It's hot, Jacob. I've had buddies that have been like, yo, you want to play golf? And I've been like, no, I do not want to play golf. I want to stay inside. My AC unit can't even keep up with the temperature outside. I set my air conditioning to like 71, and it's like consistently 74. It can't even keep up. Jingal says, big question. Will Christian Kirk do better in Houston than in Jags? Houston's a weird spot. That's a great question. Houston's a weird landing spot because you see guys like Stephon Diggs go there and do well for like a year. You see guys go there and do nothing. It's a weird landing spot. They got a bunch of new faces in the coaching staff and the offense. There's no telling what will happen in the third year of CJ Stroud. That's a great question. I would think that he probably will not do as well as he did in Jacksonville solely because he was the number 1 in Jacksonville. Don't think he'll be the number 2, and he could potentially be the number 3 in Houston. And then he's got to stay healthy. Like we even talked about staying healthy. He couldn't stay healthy in Jacksonville toward the end of his tenure here in Jacksonville, but he's got to stay healthy in Jacksonville. Or in Houston. Volk Fang says, what up, everybody? Not much. We're chilling. We're back on the live show. The comments are coming in hot and heavy, which I like. I got some notes. Like I do have some notes. Like I promise. Look, I got some notes, man. Look at that. Look at this. I got some notes. Ready for tonight, but I'd rather read comments than notes, to be honest, because who cares about my notes? Half of my notes are stolen from Jordan DeLugo anyways, okay? So his tweets and things he said. So I wasn't at camp, so, I read the comments anyways. Chris Riddle says, first, don't care how many others were. Yeah, I love it. You know what, Chris? We will give you the honorary first comment. We'll give you that. For sure. The song, thank you. It really was impeccable. And I wish I had it down to a science where I could be like, yes, this is the exact second that I need to start the song. But you know me. You guys know me a little bit better than that. Raiden Shogum says, hello. What up, Pokey? Preston Tim says, until proven otherwise, Travis Hunter will play close to starter snaps on offense and defense week 1. Chemistry with Trevor and O install is more important than D, where he's a natural. That's a very, very good point. Do I still have the clip? Oh no, I had a clip. There was a Twitter clip going around of him like breaking up a pass. Dude look good. He's working with Ron Millis, the Jaguars defensive backs coach, who has been in the NFL for 15 years. He won like a national championship as a corner with Nebraska in like the early 90s. And during the special teams period of training camp, Travis Hunter was working with Millis on his footwork. And like when you're someone who naturally can be around the ball on instincts and you combine that with good footwork, everything coming out of camp is always positive, but everything coming out about Travis Hunter is he's just a different breed of athlete. And that's one thing, if you're around sports and athletics enough, and I don't even really think it takes that long, but if you're around it enough, people that are elite, they just look different. They walk different. There's just something different about them. And Travis Hunter has that. I think it's what Liam Cohen saw. I think that's what it was, just there. Gladstone saw it. Just a different athlete. He did really, really well on the one-on-ones. And the biggest thing to me because when I went back and watched his college film, the only knock I could give him was I didn't necessarily think he was a willing blocker. And being a willing blocker is a big thing in the scouting community. When you're a football scout and you're grading out wide receivers, willingness to block is a huge, huge thing. And I didn't see that in college, but everything out of camp is that he's kind of made that a priority to become a willing blocker. And with his frame, it might be tough to be an effective blocker, but you can be an ineffective blocker, but a willing blocker and still spring your back or quarterback or receiver, whoever it is, just by being willing. A lot of guys aren't willing. They don't want to take the chance on injury. They don't want to take the chance to kind of get into the mud and get dirty. But everything coming out of camp is that Travis Hunter has shown a willingness to block, which was one of the biggest takeaways for me, because that's what I want to see him do to elevate his game. When you're a natural talent like Travis Hunter, you have to nitpick little things. Blocking willingness is very nitpicky, but that's the type of thing that can like just be the difference in big plays or an average play. During the one-on-one periods, he made a diving catch against Jordan Lewis, who himself, Jordan Lewis, has looked pretty good according to a lot of people. And he caught 2 short passes against Caleb Ransall and then another one against Jordan Lewis. Looked really good at wide receiver. He scored a touchdown on a 5-yard pass in the red zone from Trevor Lawrence in the red zone period on 11-on-11. Specifically, I think Trevor Lawrence rolled out to his left under pressure. Not surprising, but we know Trevor Lawrence is actually, I've said this a lot of times on the show, Trevor Lawrence, I think, is elite at rolling out to the left as a right-handed quarterback. He's very, very good at that. Travis Hunter broke off his route and then to the right and then turned back left and then caught a touchdown in the back of the end zone. So things are looking good if you are rooting for Travis Hunter. BT channel member says, thoughts on going to one home preseason game? Normally I'm a hard pass on preseason, but only one home preseason game, and it's a Saturday night. Now, I think that's the Steelers game, I believe. I'm not looking at the schedule right now, but I also am going to that game. So I will be at that Saturday night game. So shoot me a DM or a comment, and I am not hard to find, especially when you factor in that the preseason games aren't usually that crowded. Not hard to find. I'll probably be near a beverage vendor. I will leave it at that. Family-friendly show. Jacob O'Brien says, O-line supposedly has been rough. I know you've always loved our O-line. That's a troll. That's a troll comment, Jacob. That's a troll comment. I have not always loved our O-line. In fact, I have been the biggest critic of our O-line. But yeah, not good. Like I said, early Devin Lloyd, Josh Hine. If Devin Lloyd's okay, either Devin Lloyd has just turned into this elite pressure causing linebacker, or the offensive line is not looking good. Josh Hines Allen, you're right. We'll give you that. Travon Walker will give you that. Foye Oluokun, he got pressure as well. Moreover, does Evan Ingram do better in Denver? Good question. I mean, obviously there was that news that came out about Evan Ingram. It kind of hurt to read, but Evan Ingram talked about how it's hard. It's hard to be the first one in the building in Denver, and in Jacksonville, I was always the first one in the building. And initially, I wanted to be like pissed at Evan Ingram. I wanted to be like, bro, you're going to throw us under the bus to look good in front of your new team. Initially, I was pissed for about 5 seconds, but then I took a second, took a deep breath. And what came back to my memory was when Trevor Lawrence got cheap shotted by Al Shahir, whatever. There was only 3 people and then a late fourth, that attacked Aziz Shahir. It was Brandon Sheriff, who I immediately just fell. Whatever. Brandon Sheriff, loved that. Jarian Jones. Brian Thomas Jr. went after him a little bit late, but one of the first 3 that were there, Evan Ingram. It was like on site. That was cheap. I'm going after you. So as much as I wanted to be mad at Evan Ingram for that take about it was easy being the first one in the building in Jacksonville, remembering how he defended Trevor when he was one of only a few, made me hard to be mad at him. So I'll take it a step further. If Evan Ingram is not playing Jacksonville and he's not affecting Jacksonville, I wish Evan Ingram all but the best luck. If you're going to stand up for my quarterback without even thinking, go be great. Just not against Jacksonville. Cephas is definitely a wide receiver 5. So here's, again, the great point. Joshua Cephas has been looking really good in camp. I will give you that. But just to remind everybody, he looked really good last year in camp. Never saw the field. I think he even had a quote talking about how he wants to kind of stack good plays into the preseason and then making the roster. I'm rooting for the guy, man. I mean, listen, I would love him to take over wide receiver 5. When you're looking at guys that like Austin Trammell, you're looking at guys like Eli Pancall, you're looking at guys like that. Like, yeah, I would love a number 5 to step up because you're going to need that player when injuries inevitably do happen. So I'm rooting for him. I do. And again, this is maybe a situation where Doug Peterson didn't like him as in the offense and Liam Cohen does. And the fact that Gladstone brought him back into this training camp roster, I think speaks volumes to how the team feels about him. Jonathan St. Cyr, I don't know if he's with like the Florida Times Union or I can't keep up. I really can't. It's nothing against them. They're all great at what they do. There's just so much involved. Ryan O'Halloran's back. I can't keep up. Like, I get it. Make the best career move for you. I get it. Listen, no hate. I just can't keep up with who's where. I do know he does a good job. Does a great job. He actually thinks that his favorite player is Eli Pancall, the wide receiver out of Duke, who was undrafted, 6'3", 205. The Piccolo Award winner. But if you're not familiar with the Piccolo Award is, it's like the best character guy in the ACC. It's got to mean something, right? I mean, when you got a guy like Arik Armstead winning Walter Payton Player of the Man of the Year, and it's got to mean something, right? Right. All right. Everyone's saying, oh Lord, here we go. I like the stash kind of look. I don't know what we're doing here anymore. I just don't know what we're doing here anymore. What does this become? What does this become? I really don't know. Kyle says, yo, LOL Breacher. What are you talking about, Breacher? Robert, I'm not getting. Brett Zimmerman says, hey, Jags United. What's up, Brett? What's up, Brett? How's it going? Doing all right? Appreciate you saying hello. It's very nice of you to say hello. You were raised right. I can tell. The Heat, he worked himself. The Heat makes me think we're living in a Don't Look Up movie. Pokey says, United, I'm going to be going to Japan in late September. I'm really excited. Going to be staying the night in the world's oldest hotel. Was founded in 705 AD. I had a couple buddies that went to Japan recently on a snowboarding trip. They talked about how awesome it was. So I wish you the best safe travels, obviously. Have fun, man. Yeah. 705 AD. Hopefully there's plumbing and running water and air conditioning. I don't know. How pumped are you, from What's Up, Shad? Are you for the Panthers game? My brother in Christ, for someone that's a fan of a 4-win team, I cannot tell you how pumped I am to watch Travis Hunter. We may have, this is hyperbole, obviously. It's what we do. We may have the best player in the NFL on our team. We might. Bold take. Yeah. How many other players are playing both offense and defense? How many other Shohei Ohtanis do we have in the NFL? Zero? Like zero? So if he's productive on offense and productive on defense, does that not by default make him the most talented player in the NFL? Talented. Hunter is a cornerback that knows the offense is exactly what I was just saying, Hunter, or Robert. Exactly what I was just saying. Hunter is 22 and willing with an elite engine. Play him. Be bold. Get dubs. Not worried with mental load. It's offense and defense, not molecular biology and rocket engineering masters at the same time. Well said, Preston. Absolutely perfectly well said. They have been running the ball at the middle in camp. Well, I would too. I haven't really been watching. I've been watching it through the matrix of Twitter. I haven't actually been there. I have a day job. As much as I would love to go sit out in the 105-degree weather and watch the Jaguars practice in helmets and shoulder pads and not tackle, I have to keep the lights on. Right? See this room behind you and this house that I'm doing this in. This is not paid for by Jaguars United YouTube. I hate to tell you that right now. Cedric Holmes 48 says Jags baby. Preston Tim says Jarian has looked good outside though. From what I've heard, we didn't get a pick till week 46 last year, till week 4-6 last year, and we signed Murray with 2 interceptions in 9 years. Travis has to play. But to be fair, and you bring up great points. To be fair, though, Jordan Lewis has looked pretty good. I mean, he had the interception in camp. I know everyone looks good in camp, but he was the highest rated PFF nickel corner in the league last year. I have high hopes for Jordan Lewis. Now, the Monteric Brown injury is a little concerning, especially considering that he ended the year last year as our second best corner. Obviously, Travis Hunter was on the team. Jordan Lewis was on the team. Jarian Jones was in this weird rookie year. So I don't expect Monteric Brown to be the number 2 corner, but I expected him to be on the team. And then you combine the fact that you do save $3 million by cutting him, but I think at this point it's too late to really get a cap any positivity, not the word I'm looking for, but you're not getting really anything from the cap by cutting him now. Does he end up on the IR? Maybe. Yeah, you don't love that. I mean, the injuries just aren't great. I mean, I have a list of the injuries here. Buster Brown missing the rest of camp. Patrick McCarry got a lower back injury. He's not expected to miss significant time. Bayshaw Tootin with that hamstring. We know how hamstrings can impact players that rely on speed. Just ask Tyson Campbell about hamstrings and what that could do. Johnny Munt and Hunter Long, both tight ends, are both injured and have missed practice. Mason Smith and Dennis Gardeck are still on the PUP list. Not bad. Like, obviously, you'd love to have those players, but it's not Trevor Lawrence, BTJ, and Josh Hines Allen, right? Like, we can live with that as of now. I know it's early, and I'm knocking on wood, but yeah. Rain says, I still can't believe the Texans head coach condoned the hit. Well, he's scummy, just like Shahir, whatever his name is. Aziz Al-Shahir, whatever his name is. Sea Breacher, hopefully this is a appropriate comment, says, bro, Jarian Jones sprinted from his sideline 50 yards down the field to the other end zone to throw a haymaker. Fair. He was late, though. He was late. I'm not taking anything away from Jarian Jones being involved. I still appreciate it. I mentioned him in my 4 players, but Evan Ingram was on site. Robert Lamison says, you say what you want about Trent, but that 23 draft class is looking aight. Let's see here. Jags 23 draft. Ah, crap. Okay. Let's take a look. We'll take a look all together. How do y'all feel about that? Because I can't tell if you're being satirical or not. Anton Harrison. I mean, a regression year last year, but good player. Brenton Strange, not sold on him yet. Tank Bigsby could lose his spot this year. Ventrell Miller may not play this year. Tyler Lacey didn't know he's a real person. Yasir Abdullah, also not a real person. Antonio Johnson had a big hit in camp. Parker Watt. I mean, I don't know. I don't get super excited about this draft. It's okay. I feel like myself or Chat GPT could have hit on just as many as he did. So I get it. I mean, let's not be all negative, and but I don't know if I'd say it's looking all right. Jaro Degina. My apologies if I said that incorrectly. I always said Trent Baalke wasn't the problem. I respect your opinion. You can have that opinion. I don't know if I agree with that specifically. And I don't think anyone in the comments, or I don't think most Jags fans would agree with you there. But that's okay. That's fine. Like, you can have that opinion, and that's listen. At the end of the day, whether it's you, me, Chat GPT, or Trent Baalke, we're all hitting at the same rate of draft picks. First round picks are like 50% to be starters. Beyond the first round, you go down to 30%, then you go down to like 2%. So it's a crapshoot regardless, if you ask me. Preston Timms, I think so too. Surprise tank over ETN so far. I think ETN is the guy. I was talking about this with someone this week about how the roster this year looks significantly different as far as players that have been brought in and rookies and people getting playing time. That happens when you have new regime changes. So ETN, I know Tank isn't either, but ETN's an older guy. I don't know. I mean, we have a new regime in Liam Cohen and James Gladstone. They're going to want their own guys. So if you told me that Bayshaw Tootin played a bunch, I would not be surprised. If you told me that LaQuint Allen played a lot, although he had 2 drops in camp so far in 4 days, I believe, I would not be surprised. Connor McNally says, what's up? Making it to the stadium scrimmage? I don't think so. I got a pretty busy week at work this week, but I will be at all the home preseason games, and I'll be at all the home Jags games. I mean, just sorry, I didn't expect us to actually talk Jags this show. It's been a while. Listen, it's the first show of training camp. We have to talk Jags, Seabreacher. How many snaps does Travis Hunter get in the preseason? Whew, dude, I would have to guess, honestly. Like, I don't know. I have no clue. I've seen nothing out of Liam Cohen that makes me believe that my opinion would be right on any direction, either little snaps or a lot of snaps. My guess would be a little snaps. Be my guess. But again, that would be a guess. LOL, the Browns gave away Travis. Now they can't even figure out who they could barely. I mean, they just signed their first round pick. Or was that the Bengals? I don't know. I just figured Lewis is in the nickel. He's very proven there. Don't move him. Good point. Jags are definitely getting fined. They have been tackling in piles to the ground, swarming the ball. Good. Get fined. Good. Anything that's better, anything that leads to more than 4 wins, I'm good with. Zenith RX says, how we doing? We're doing pretty good. Like I said, it's been hot. We're okay. We're all good. Getting ready for the Jags season. Can't complain. I hope everything's good with you. Maybe trade for tight end Darrell Washington could be available. Crowded room in Pittsburgh. Yeah, but I feel like he is kind of that Hunter Long, Johnny Munt guy, isn't he? Isn't he just that big blocking guy who could maybe catch the ball in the middle of the field and fall down? I haven't seen a lot of Liam Cohen using a tight end that would make me think that he's going to trade for a tight end. Seeing what he did in Tampa Bay, I just don't see him having a bunch of value. And I could be wrong. I mean, I've never seen him as a head coach, but I don't see him having a lot of value in the tight end position. Preston Tibbs' hot take. Trevon is going to be better than Josh Hines Allen moving forward, and Armstead is going to disappoint. That's a hot take. Out of position, but still should be decent in that role. Apparently, he's not even like practicing with the team. Don't get me started on Arik Armstead. Do not. I always thought we had good talent, but with good coaching, we can see what the real Jaguars look like. I mean, I was perusing the Jags subreddit, and there was someone, national media, who said something like that, that this is a good team. They just haven't had the right coach, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I would love for that to be the case. Don't know if I'm fully convinced, but I would love for that to be the case 100%. Christian Braswell has been making a lot of plays in camp too. So I haven't seen that come out of what I've been reading. So, and I haven't been there. And Robert, I know you know what you're talking about. So good. Yo, we are live. WSG. I don't know what WSG means. Sorry, Jonathan. But we are live. What's good? Oh, what's good? See, it clicked. I'm too old, dude. I'm too old. You got to help me out a little bit. What's good? I mean, let's see here. What is good? I had some people. It was my friend's birthday. We had a birthday party. I hosted at my house. Had a bunch of people at my house. I didn't know who they were. Had a great time though. Had a great time. Cleanup wasn't that bad. Got a lot of leftover food. That's nice. Yeah, pretty good. Braswell was making plays in the preseason. Kind of rooting for him to make the 53. Got opportunity for more reps with Brown out. Good point. Jags and I finally got my promotion. That's good. I'll take that. Love this Jags talk, Jason. Excited for Friday night's game too. Is that Friday night? Is that when it is? I have something Friday night, but I can't remember what it is. Washington State Jags fan who is a channel member says, ready for this season to get started. Me too. I mean, we're back on the show grind. It's fun, man. It's fun. It's fun to do this. It's fun to talk with you guys. It really is. Trent would have traded up for Will Campbell. It's true. Damn, I hope we win like 11 plus, obvious, but man, it would be nice. Blessed to have James as my GM, says Rain. Armstead pulling vet crap. He's a big cheerleader. That I fear, and I can't go on the Arik Armstead thing. I can't. But when you look at guys that take the big paycheck and then mail it in, it's hard not to think that's what Arik Armstead's doing. Phenomenal athlete. Got a great history from San Francisco. Obviously has won a lot of games, has succeeded at every level as a football player. But as a Jaguar, I don't think I've ever been. That's not fair. I've been as underwhelmed with a big signing as I've been in a long time with Arik Armstead. You can blame the coaches. You're playing D-line, dude. You're playing D-line. You're not dropping into a coverage. You're not disguising your cover 3 to a cover 2. You're not blitzing on a stunt from the outside. You're just getting after the quarterback and stopping the run, man. Like you can't convince me that the coaching was the reason why Arik Armstead, he played out of position. Was his hand in the dirt? Was he going up into the offensive lineman? Was he charging the quarterback on pass plays trying to get pressure? Was he tackling the running back on run plays on run plays? Yes, he was. You know who hasn't been making plays? No, I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Listen, I've been got before. You're not getting me this time, C. Reacher. Nice try. I'm too good. You're not going to get me. I think D-Ham will have a better year than Arik Armstead. I think so too. D-Ham's looked very good in camp. I praise D-Ham every chance I get. Phenomenal human. Great player his first year or so in the NFL. Had some unlucky, untimely injuries. The name of the game is the best ability is availability. You can't help the club in the tub. Whatever the saying is that rhymes, that's what is ultimately getting to with Devon Hamilton. But hopefully he does play well. Are we sure holding Arik Armstead back isn't a coaching? It could be. We don't know. Zenith, you're right. We don't know. And like I preface everything I say that it's opine. It's things that we just observe. We don't know. We don't know the intricacies of what's going on inside the team meetings. There's a chance that he's a veteran. So, I mean, how much training camp does a guy like Arik Armstead need? Yo, Jordan and UCF going to be doing Jaguars Club soon. Well, I think, let's see. We're starting Club Jaguar back. I'm also on Club Jaguar. Let's see. Let's see when we're doing the show. August 6th. So not tomorrow, but the next Wednesday, Club Jaguar will be back. Heard it here first, folks. You heard it here first. Don't forget, we got Smoot back. Rooting for him. Let me guess. No. We're still talking about K'Lavon Chaisson in 2025. Who do you feel is the most underrated on the team? Ooh, good question. I wish I would have had time to think about that, Rain. Underrated on a 4-win team. I don't think I give an answer right now. If you guys have any thoughts, get into the chat and tell me. Give me a second to think about it. Travon Walker, maybe that's who comes to mind. I mean, I would have said Aluakon until his sub-average performance last season. Jarian Jones, but he kind of fell off toward the end of the year too. Dewey Wingard. Cam Little, Logan Cook. There's your two answers. Cam Little and Logan Cook. Now, Cam Little's got to show more than a year. You know how kickers are. Kickers, look at Justin Tucker. Look at any kicker. They can be amazing one season and be abysmal the next. Logan Cook may be the answer. Gladstone has been good. So glad he made the trade now, but happy little Socrates isn't in the spotlight anymore. Was getting annoying. By the way, how about the hunt where they had an elementary school field day? The hunt's well done. Thank God the Trent era is over. Give Armstead second chance. Okay. Listen, I'm okay with giving everyone on this roster a second chance. If anyone I've ever said a poor thing about ends up proving me wrong, I'll be happy. I am not someone that likes to be right more than these players be successful. That I can guarantee you. Episode a month supposed to be our Hard Knocks, and that's what they give us. Shaking my head. Most earned has to be Walker Little. I hope so. I have historically not been a huge Walker Little fan. Hasn't looked great in camp. Buster Brown's underrated. Okay, that's fair. Eric Murray's been making plays in camp. That's true. The real answer is Ross Matisic. That's a good answer. I mean, he made the Pro Bowl, so how underrated can you be as the only long snapper to make the Pro Bowl for the AFC? A lot of teams are going to mistakenly misjudge Travis's speed. He's a lot faster than you think. He blew right past Lewis guarding him. Good point, Cedric. Good point. How'd you like the Iron Jags episode? It shows how good coaching and adding good competition can revitalize players and motivate them to win. I did like that. I actually sent that to a friend of mine who's a strength coach. He may or may not be my strength coach where I work. But I liked it. I was a little worried the players weren't going to buy into it at first, but they did. Because sometimes you have to be careful to get a little too gimmicky in the NFL because they're professionals and they care about only themselves, as they should, because the teams and the organizations don't care about them. They only care about themselves. So it's fair. I'm not hating on players for only caring about themselves, but typically you see players only care about themselves. So this Iron Jags thing, I wasn't sure if they were going to buy in or not, but it looked like they did. So that was cool to see for sure. Jarian is my personal choice, but maybe I'm biased from that crazy one-handed INT. 123 Ham says, I'm sold on Hunter, but I'm not sold on Gladstone or Cohen until we hit the grass. Listen, that's fair. I can't even disagree with that comment because any logical, rational person needs to see it before they believe it. But may I implore you to have some faith. Believe in the things that are not seen yet. 4 is underrated. Tank. Travis Hunter's closing speed. It did look good. Robert, you are right. Cornerback is definitely going to be the most improved position, says Isaiah Mims. I'm pretty sure Reek Armstead was excused from practice with fair. Josh Hines Allen and Trevon Walker have been destroying Walker Little. Hopefully, Josh and Walker's speed with weight loss is it. You're right. And hopefully, yes. They're bought into something bigger than themselves, which is always good for a team. Always good for a team. Seeing the players buy into the Iron Jaguar makes me really believe that we will see a more juiced up team this year. You do typically see that with a new coaching change. So, yes, hopefully that does have some. I mean, remember when Doug Peterson took over his first year? You saw a huge improvement in a lot of the players. And then after year 2, Doug Peterson, you kind of saw the drop off again. So, not saying that's going to happen. I hope that doesn't happen, but you do usually see that with a new regime change. I was hesitant to trust in the new regime, but that's all we have right now. I'm on the edge of my seat. Cedric says, Jason, you know what's crazy? National media is starting off shows us the lead story. Okay. I'm not sure what you mean there, but yeah. Meant to say Foye is underrated. I hated the Iron Jaguar stuff, but guess a lot of people did. Foye, listen, I like Foye. Great player on the field. Tackling machine, smart player. I thought he got played out of position in Nielsen's defense. But we'll see. He got injured. He got injured a lot last year, so it is what it is. I feel like Walker and Anton are going to be better for practicing against Trayvon and Josh. Yeah. Yeah. You hear Leon Searcy talk about it all the time when he was in Miami about how playing against good defensive players helped him. So you do hope it translates. But they were playing against them last year. At least they're exciting. Good point. Good point. All right, let's see if there's anything else that I want to talk about from training camp. Jaquindon Jackson, according to Jordan DeLuga, was his most impressive player. He was from running back from Utah. Then he transferred to Arkansas in 2024, where he had 10 games, 150 attempts, 790 yards rushing, and 15 touchdowns. So that's Jordan DeLuga's guy, Jaquindon Jackson. Obviously, that running back room is pretty stacked. So if he can find a way onto the roster, that'd be impressive. But apparently, he looks pretty good. I mean, he's a pretty big guy, too. I think he was like 6'2", pretty big dude. So I will, trust Jordan on that one. Trevor Lawrence has looked pretty good. Everything in the offseason, like all the him on Pardon My Take and all the offseason banter about Trevor, and even Liam Cohen talking about how Trevor's got to take ownership of the offense and he's got to take the next step if he wants the team to be successful. The last thing I like about training camp was that apparently the competition was high. Apparently today, even like it wasn't the cleanest day, like with execution of the offense. Liam Cohen even had made them re-huddle once, and there was some confusion in the formation, which I don't love there, but it's still early. New offense. I'm cool with it. I love the competition level. That's great. I love all that for sure. Ones against ones. I love it for years as ones against two, like the scout team look. Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, boys, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Jaguars United live show training camp edition. We'll get one more comment in here because I'm interested. I didn't read it yet. Who's a bigger clown from last year, right? Trent, Ryan Nielsen, or Pennywise? Okay, what's up with all these comments coming out? I was trying to end the show. Do you think Travis Hunter breaking up a pass in BTJ started a friendly rivalry? I think practicing against each other is awesome. Iron sharpens iron. And they're playing with each other. Yes, I love it. Especially with Brian Thomas Jr.'s natural, conservative demeanor and Travis Hunter's, naturally outgoing, extroverted demeanor. I think that could create a little bit of a rivalry even on the inside. Is Trevor winning MVP at all realistic to you? I do. Has a better scrambling plays, but I think it's possible if he can get there. It would be very surprising to not only me, but everyone if he won MVP. Most improved. Now, that may be something you put a bet on. Made the live, hit the likes. Thank you, Arm Skip Chummever. Hit the like, hit the thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button. Let's go, Jags. Yeah, for sure. I like the stream. Listen, we're back, boys. We're back. So shows every week. It's here, man. The season started. I'm excited. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. The dog days of summer are over. We are in Jaguars football, and no one's more excited than me. I know you guys are excited. So I appreciate all of you being here and talking in the comments. The comments were popping off, especially for me not doing very many shows recently. I love that you guys were all over here. That means a lot to me. It seriously, seriously does. Make sure to follow everything in the video description, subscribe, all that, the general what we talk about. So love you guys from the bottom of my heart. I will see you guys very, very soon. If not Friday, Tuesday of next week. Until then, as always, go Jags.